Hey Maddie, I already know. Fuck. Hey Maddie, I know that I already told you, but I wish I had your talent. If I had talent to draw, I would be making storyboards like they do in the movies or even comic books. The only talent I have is writing stories, but I always think that they aren't good enough. Is that normal? I've gotten a couple of comments like that throughout my time. Sounds like I'm a grandma. Yes, it's normal. I hear a lot that people say, oh, you're an artist, you're talented. But really, I have come across very small amount of people who are actually talented, and most of people just have skill that they, worked for. And for me, that is the same thing. I have made videos about it where I showed my old art, like the way I started, and it's just not very good. There was just a lot of copying other people, and for many years that is exactly what I did, just copy other people, because that is just the way that you learn. If you want to improve on drawing, I think there's one thing that I can give you on the way, and that's look up actual people, if that's what you want to draw, obviously, or animals or whatever. Don't get too hung up on watching other people's art and getting that as a reference, because you're just copying their mistakes and their art style and stuff. So like, just doesn't mean don't look at other people's art ever. Like, obviously I look at a lot of people's art. I follow a lot of people on Instagram and I look at everybody's art, but like, definitely look at the real thing, and then your art style will develop from there. If it goes about you're not very talented, because I mean, nobody knows about if I'm a good writer or not. Like, I've never published anything, but so we're just gonna be on the drawing, right? Like, that's what this is about. I can give you an example from somebody. My friend Mike actually has a published Webtoons original comic a year ago, 2 years ago. I'm really bad with stuff like that, but when I followed him, he was drawing stick figures. Literally stick figures. He took them down, but he used to draw stick figures, and that was not the focus. The focus was his stories. He was so good at making funny stories, so it doesn't matter that it's just stick figures. And to me, I'm somebody who's very visual in most things, so for me it's kind of hard to get into somebody's art if it isn't aesthetically pleasing to the eye. But for him, it wasn't like that, because his stick figures still looked awesome. I don't know how to explain it. Like, basically what I'm trying to say is, don't get too hung up on not being great at drawing. Writing the story takes a long time. I know that for a fact. And while you are writing that story, and like I've said in a different video, in my writing a comics video or something like that, what you want to do is you want to write the entire thing before publishing any of it. So you're gonna have time while writing the entire story to get better at drawing as well, if that's what you want to do. Otherwise, just write, man. It doesn't matter. You don't need to draw with it. If you want to do a comic book, then maybe find somebody else, like in Bakuman. My guy just found somebody who can write a good story, and then they just did it together. Like, nothing wrong with that. I think, like when you building a house, or you want somebody to build a house for you, unlikely you're gonna find somebody who's gonna build the entire house. You're gonna have to get somebody who does the electrics, and you're gonna have to get somebody who does the water, and you're gonna have to get somebody who does the roof or whatever. I don't fucking know. I never build a house. People know different things, and people have different skills. So you're gonna get the person who can do it, and then you have a fucking house. And that house is a metaphor for your comic. I've gotten so many comments about people who are so desperate because they want to make a comic but they can't write or they can't draw. Bro, just fucking get together and make a comic together. I personally put a lot of time into drawing. I used to draw when I was a kid. I literally I remember drawing on like the paper on the bread bag, or like on the little rims on the newspaper, or like all over myself I would draw. And in the car, like I always had a travel bag with me, so now like the iPad is a really good alternative, because I don't have to have a whole bag of supplies with me. I used to draw all the fucking time, and I'm not saying that to like discourage you, because for me that was discouraging whenever I heard somebody saying you have to draw all the time if you want to be good at it. I was already doing that, but somehow that discouraged me. I was like, oh god, I can't do that. Bro, I was a little stupid. I'm still a little stupid, but basically just do it. I don't know, like if you don't like it, just restart. Bro, I used the worst art supplies, the cheapest paper, like just get one of those drawing pads, cheap ass paper, like really thin printer paper. I used to fucking steal paper from school because I couldn't afford the thicker printer paper. Like literally, I'm not saying steal from your school, but like, look, just draw. A pencil and a piece of paper. That's all you need to get better. And then you're just gonna have to fucking grind. That's just how it is. That is how life is. And that's why I am completely untalented or unskilled in everything else. When it comes to like, I wanted to be able to play guitar or some shit or like sing, and I can't do that shit because I took way too much time drawing, and now that's all I can do. So if you are like a sporty person or like a musical person and you want to also draw, then it's just gonna take you a little longer, you know. You don't have to put every single second into drawing, but like that's what I did. I also didn't have no friends, so you know what I'm saying, like just take it easy. Drawing is fun. You need to just remember that and not get too stressed out about it, and then everything will just fall into place. I think, like, just chill out, just draw, man. That's all I just draw, or don't, just leave it and just write or just sing or just dance or whatever. I don't know what you want to do whatever, but you got to do it or else you're not gonna get better at it. I don't have enough hands. It's all in German. Getting compliments gives success. So with that, I just want you guys to know that you're all doing great and you're beautiful. It's a little stale and probably out of date. I'm not gonna lie. A little stale for sure. Ooh, so hard to chew. Still tastes good though. I mean, it is a fortune cookie. Wait. See ya.